Hey everybody, happy Friday. So it is time. We are about to talk about the latest episode of And Just Like That. And hopefully my good friend Nikia Nichelle will be here soon to join. Have you all watched the latest episode? If you have not, listen, there will be spoilers. We're going to talk about the entire episode, what we love, what we hated. So, let me get Nikia. Happy Nikia. Hold on. Let me just request her. Oh, there you are. Hey, man.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
You look snazzy as always.
And you do too. I'm like, let me put. Oh, so much to talk about.
Jackie, when I tell you, I was excited as hell to do this live with you, girl, because I did not expect episode 3 to be popping. It started off kind of slow, in my opinion, but then I was like, oh, okay, it's getting real.
There is so much to talk about. Oh my God, where should we begin?
Okay.
You want to start with our girl? You want to start with Miranda?
Girl, we might as well pop it off and not let people keep people waiting. Yes.
Listen, Miranda, the phone scene in the studio, could she be more just like, get it together, Miranda? Why? I'm hating this Miranda.
I'm thinking that a couple things. I'm thinking that the writers or even she possibly knew or has a feeling that people are not feeling her character like at all, like in heavily, right?
Yeah.
Just because like in the tattoo shop when she went in there, because I had to rewind this several times because I wanted to really hear this quote. She said, I guess I'm just feeling a need to commemorate this moment in my life, to capture it, to remember who I am right now and make sure I never, ever slide back into the person I don't want to be.
Well, she was talking about her character when she was in the first Sex and the City, right? And I get that yes, listen, there's been a lot of backlash online, in reviews, a lot of criticism, not necessarily of Miranda, but of Che.
Yeah.
That's who's gotten Sarah Ramirez's character has gotten the brunt of the criticism. And that's why we're seeing this season, them trying to humanize her, right? She's crying. She's all, she wasn't like that in season 1 at all, right? But we get the softer side of her right now, about about her weight, about, not being able to perform as an actress in a certain way. Like, we really get this sensitive side. And what they're trying to do is, I think, deal with all the backlash. But Sarah Ramirez says, if y'all have complaints about Che, talk to the writers. Well, writers, lean in because we are not happy. Like, I'm sick of it.
Yeah. Right.
I love the moment when Miranda finally decided to go home and, oh, what? Be a mom. Oh gosh, your son, like, clearly they were trying to have us sympathize again, with Miranda, because I'm telling you, the decisions that she's made, the irresponsibility, just driven me crazy. And then they make her goofy and fumbly and just so uncertain about herself and apologetic about it. I mean, she knew that her son was getting ready to call her. Why did you go in the studio? Why did you even go in the studio? Like, come on, girl. Stay outside. They do not need you in there. She's had an entire career without you. You did not need to hold her hand. But the goofiness to try to, go and slide the thing in her pants and then go in there and then not turn it off. Like, come on, Miranda.
And then because you didn't know and it was an Android, girl, I was like, first of all, if your son is sounding freaking suicidal, you're going in a studio for what? You're that concerned?
I'm waiting by that phone for him to call, and I'm at the airport getting on the next thing smoking.
That's right.
Exactly. I'm going straight to the airport.
And there's no conversation for Che. Okay.
Oh, wait, somebody is asking, and let me say, because they've asked a few times. So we're talking about the Sex and the City reboot and Just Like That on Max. This is episode 3 from season 2, and that's what we're talking about. It's the girls from Sex and the City now. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. People were asking.
Yeah. So I'm thinking to myself, first and foremost, you shouldn't have took your dumb ass into the studio, and now your phone is ringing and all attention's on you. You should immediately, I mean, if you felt that your son was in such dire need of a lending ear or whatever it is, being a mom,
right.
Because clearly he said it, he vocalized it.
Right.
Why the hell is Che? Che is big, grown as hell. Okay, she is at her big age, does not need you to what? Supervise the.
She needs you there.
You there
at all.
And I did not, and they are not making Che likable either. I'm sorry, I don't care about all the crying and you're feeling overweight or whatever. You think me as a mom is supposed to choose you first?
Right, like let your son deal with it. It's growing pains. I couldn't believe that they wrote that.
I couldn't. I mean, as much as I don't like Brady and he thought he was grown and he got on my damn nerves, that still does not negate the fact that I'm telling you that my son is feeling suicidal and feeling a kind of way about a breakup, and you say, so what, big deal, he'll get over it.
And Miranda doesn't even react to that. She's not even like, whoa, wait a minute. Like the old Miranda would have been like, pause, take a few steps back.
Exactly.
Don't tell me what to do and how to handle my son. That's what old Miranda. So who is this woman?
I don't know.
Like I get, and Cynthia Nixon said, I read somewhere, so I don't want to quote it as if it's fact, but I read it somewhere where she said she feels like all the backlash to her relationship with Che, and we talked about this last season, is because it's an LGBTQ thing, right? And that's not it. That's not it at all. No, it is because you got your nose wider than wide open, that you are just throwing away all the responsibility, including your son, throwing away this man who really has been so instrumental. Like, okay, like I've said, you don't love him anymore, cool. But to handle it that way, to cheat on him in that way, and then just discard him like he doesn't matter and doesn't have, this is the father of your son.
Exactly. And the same thing. And she's like, well, you didn't call your dad. You're so out of touch about what the hell is going on.
I felt that coming.
So out of touch about what is going on and who's doing what and where they're at, that this is the problem. Not Brady, not it being an LGBTQIA relationship
has nothing to do with
it. Nothing to do. You have lost sight of who you are, and you're talking about. I want to capture this moment and who you are right now, a bumbling fool. Is that what you want to commemorate?
No, it's like writers. Come on.
Listen up.
Get it together. Let's get it together by the end of this season. I know they've shot everything, but I hope we're not going to continue. I hope she goes to New York and stays in New York.
Exactly.
LA is over. This little playtime. Get back to your life and your responsibilities. And I'm going to say, I saw a moment in the scenes for next week. I know you're going to cover your ears. In the scenes for next week, where the character that we've been wanting to come back is coming back. I don't know what that's going to mean, but finally she's going to deal with Miranda, what needs to be dealt with. Because yes, Steve in the coming attraction or for next week is going to be back on the show. Thank you, writers. Because I need that closure. I don't care what it is. And I hope he's in a new relationship and it's better than ever.
Same here. I am excited to, if Steve is getting his closure, we need it too. It's just not fair to just blow him in the wind like dust, like what is happening. But I will say, there was another part of Miranda's little rant in the tattoo shop. I thought she's so corny going to get a tattoo. Like, girl, stop it. Like, this ain't even you. But okay, she said that when she was on the phone, I don't know if you remember the point where Carrie called her because she was trying to see if Carrie would talk her out of getting this tattoo. And you know, Carrie is like, you need to get the hell back home. I'm so happy that Carrie ended up saying that. Like, you need to get home, come home and deal with your things. And she's like, no, I don't want to go back home. I like playing pretend and in this, like, away from reality. I don't know if she's having what is it, cognitive what do they call that, dissociative or whatever the hell, but she is not dealing with reality, because she said pretend life, she's loving her pretend life and she doesn't want to leave. So this is a make believe for you, or like,
no, but her child is not pretend. Her husband that she still hasn't divorced is not pretend. Like, I mean, this little, it's just like, and so it just bothers me that they try to make it about the whole, you know, sexual,
No.
preference thing. That's got nothing to do with it. It's like, why would you write this character in this way? It's so distracting and it's frustrating and it's annoying that we have to spend so much time talking about it, because it's just so bad and frustrating. Fix it already. Fix it.
I don't, like I said, I was rooting actually a little bit for Che and Miranda, but I did not like the way she was going about things. No. You don't have to do it like this. You don't have to cheat. You don't have to, like, you didn't even have, and we spoke about this, last season. You didn't even have the decency to sit down and have a conversation with Steve and say, Steve, it is looking real bland up in this household and in marriage and the sex. We need to spruce it up. I mean, at least
we need to get a separation. We need to go to count, like anything. And then, I mean, just the behavior. I mean, to have to be, fooling around in Carrie's kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that whole thing. I'm like, what? Like how, like now you're not even being respectful of your friends. Like,
right.
Carrie's at home. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Who are you?
And not only that, it's like, you're not only in her kitchen making out, she's laid up sick or
the same to be taking care of her. She can't walk or whatever was going on with her. And this is what you're doing while she's laid up. Girl, it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. But she needs to get it together.
Yeah,
she really needs to get it together.
I mean,
that phone thing, I was screaming at the TV because I knew it was coming.
Yes.
You knew that phone was going to ring in that studio. I almost fast forwarded through it because I knew what was going to happen.
Waiting.
It's like, well, this phone is going to ring during the, I knew it was going to be during that exact moment.
Me too.
I knew it. Come on, writers, surprise us. You know what I mean? Challenge us. What we doing? Why are we doing that? Like,
exactly. That was so predictable and and a little bit like corny. And I just knew Che was gonna act like an asshole about it. And I'm thinking, we fucking lax. It's not that big of a damn deal.
I didn't see that coming. I thought Che, because they're trying to give us a kinder, gentler Che, was gonna be all like, oh my God, no, go to home with your son. But we didn't even, no. I was surprised that they did that. But I don't even know how Che found it in herself to end on a good note. Man, I would have been like, nope. I need to be mad. I will forgive you eventually, but I need to experience this anger. You go deal with your son. I hope all is well with him. But no, we mad.
Well,
we mad at it.
The reason why I felt like I knew that was coming from Che is because just how hot and cold Che has been throughout, each scene. 1 minute you're, loving, next minute you're crying. And I understand stress is involved, but it seems like when stress is involved, Che does not have a good, can't control their emotions very well. And it started to, because I was watching it and I'm thinking, now why is Che over here acting childish? In my mind, even before that scene, I felt like just acting like kind of stressing me out. I was like, you know what? You're getting on my nerves now. Right. Get it together and stop all of this. And so then when they did that, I was like, okay, makes sense. I mean, I knew, I just didn't realize that you were going to be talking about once Miranda finally, once she got over that cycle, and she told you, well, he's very suicidal. Because I'm like, say that off jump. Look, my son's suicidal. I gotta go, girl. I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. I don't want him to do anything.
And that should have been a text. When she got that call in the line,
yes.
She should have been in a cab or Uber on her way to the airport, texting Jay, hey, boo, not gonna make it. My son's not doing well. On a flight back. We'll explain later. That's it.
Exactly.
Like, that's what they should have
yes.
done. We
yes.
didn't need that, predictable drama, unnecessary drama of her, my son, telling the audience and everybody, I'm so sorry. I'm dealing with the real life. Oh, come on.
Girl.
Come on.
Just walk the fuck out, please.
Just go.
I mean, just go. Leave it alone. And like you said, if you're supposed to be loving me and we're supposed to be in a relationship and you can't understand that, then we need to rethink this whole situation. And the fact that she did not say that to Che or even indicate that to Che, I'm like, you still lost, Miranda. You're still not getting it. What part, if it like, are you missing? I just want to thump her. Like,
she's missing everything. I can't, girl. We got to move on from Miranda because we just mad. I'm just happy, spoiler, Steve's going to be part of the episode next week. I'm happy about that. And we'll get to see more of Brady. But I thought that was I do have to say, I love the scene when Miranda and her son embraced and we got to see that he really did need her and she finally made the good call.
Yes.
So we're done with LA. I'm done with LA. I don't want to see any part of it. Like, we're done.
Yeah. Let's get home. Let's get things cracking. You don't have to go and do billable hours.
Yeah.
But you do need to sit the hell down and work this all out and clean the damn air and fix your mess. Fix
the mess.
Immediately.
She left a mess behind. Fix it. Exactly.
Fix it immediately. And that's all that we need to say. Moving on. Carrie is a mess pretending to have COVID. Girl, stop. Now, I will say I do like the way that they it seemed like that they were really trying to highlight depression in this episode, even from Che to Carrie to Lisette, I think her name is as a
jewelry, the woman that made the jewelry that was stolen.
I do like, even Seema seemed to have some like bout or going through something emotional. We really aren't.
They need to stop smoking. They need to write it out. That's the tough thing.
Write it out.
I can't.
But I do like the way that they showed how everybody deals with depression differently.
Yeah.
It may not be in the most productive way, but it did give us a glimpse of people going through things. But go ahead with Carrie.
Well, what I was going to say about Carrie is when you talk about the depression and dealing with loss, I love that she had the conversation with Bitzy when Bitzy waved her into whatever nail salon or wherever she was sitting. And you remember Bitzy from the series, she was the one that was married to Nathan Lane. And remember it was like, is he gay? Is he, you know what I mean? And there was that whole thing. But I love the conversation that they had about loss. I thought there were a lot of nuggets, a lot of, that could help other people dealing with loss, particularly of a spouse. So I loved that moment. I love when characters from the series, right, pop up. And so I love that use of Bitzy right there. But I have to say, when Carrie was trying to record that memoir, all I could do was talk to the camera when she was talking about, and I sat there and I said, and you let him die. And you let him die. Now we have evidence. Next episode needs to be the police coming to arrest her for letting her husband die. She admitted it. It's on tape. She was like, I sat there and I just looked at him and he looked up at me and I'm like, and he was alive, right? And then he died and you did nothing. You did nothing.
She's
like, it's on tape now. It's on tape. Lock her up. Like, that needs to be an episode. I need Carrie on trial. I need Carrie on trial. Season 3. Because now we got it on tape. I don't know why they would revisit this.
No.
I don't know why they would have her memorializing letting her husband die. If I'm listening to this book on tape, I'm sitting in my car driving, and she said, and he looked up at me, and I sat there, and I was like, this chick let this dude die. The same way I felt when I saw it.
It sounded like a Dateline episode. I'm telling you. I felt the same thing. So it's like, I'm like, so you over here narrating your own damn episode of damn Dateline? How does that work? Like, what?
I'm waiting for that dude from Dateline to pop up on an episode. There's the season finale. If you're looking for a season finale, writers, you're welcome. That's it.
Thank you.
Arrest her.
Because I thought the same thing. I said, well, damn, is she having a realization moment that she could have saved her man? And now you're reading back and you're thinking, well, I killed him. That was surprising.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. That to me I would have loved Nikia. That's a perfect point. I would have loved in that moment for her to realize, oh, wait a minute. I could have saved him, and let that be her pretending to have COVID because she had that realization that she can't face anybody.
Exactly.
Let that be the conversation with her friends. Did I kill him? And her friends need to, in chorus, say yes, you did. We don't want to say
Charlotte's not going to. Charlotte's not going. What an enabler! Sometimes I can just shake her when she was on the phone with Miranda. It's like, no, you're fine, girl.
She told her to come back home too. She too told her to come back.
Okay, and her own little like nice, not telling it.
I know.
To, get it to the point, girl. But yeah, no, I think that when I saw that moment, I said, oh, see, this is what's happening. You're going back and you're realizing,
and you still can't see. You still can't see that you let him die. Like, he could have still been here. You could have, did a few pumps on his chest and CPR. You could have called the doorman. We could have saved him.
In that super expensive house, and with her phone, his gadgets, somebody could have yelled out, "Hey Siri, do your thing, girl."
And listen, I can guarantee you, with all the money in that they probably had a defibrillator in the house somewhere. It's probably in the house. She could have saved him. I mean, it's just like, it just doesn't make sense. And now we're reliving. Like, I have moved past it, right?
Me too.
I didn't forget about it, but I was willing to continue to watch. And okay, we can just agree to disagree, and I can move on.
Right.
Let her mourn and everything. But now we're gonna have her narrating and reliving that scene. Why would you take us back there? So we can just say again, why she let him die? Now she's saying it. Like, maybe I watched it wrong, right? Maybe there was some doubt. Maybe I wasn't certain. But now she's telling us again what happened.
Exactly. In her own damn words. Girl, it's written in black and white. Okay? If anybody wanted to call the authorities and get a case on you, watch what you say. Like,
Girl, do you watch that show Only Murders in the Building on Hulu?
Yes, girl, we flew through it.
Girl, it's so good. Could this not be an episode? This would be the jump off for Only Murders in the Building.
Sure would. It is so good. I don't know if you've been noticing, but like now podcasters and podcasting in that whole profession is being kind of like weaved into, is being weaved into content, TV content from Only Murderers in the Building. I don't know if you've ever watched Truth Be Told.
Of course. With Gabrielle Union now this season.
Yes, I love that show. I've been watching that.
Octavia, girl, I don't miss it. No, that show is so well done.
It's so well done. So well done.
Yeah. But that could be this episode could be the jump off to Only Murders in the Building, because I mean, maybe it's only homicides in the building. Maybe she didn't murder him, but she let him die.
You definitely let him die.
She let him die. So that was the thing that stuck out for me, for Carrie. It was that and those ridiculous balloon shoes. Do you remember those shoes that were like a blown up balloon? The shoe that when Carrie went and bought all the shoes, and she had one shoe that was a balloon on her foot as part of the strap.
I didn't see that. I need to go back and look.
You don't.
Oh no, they're probably ugly.
I don't know who made that shoe, but no.
As soon as Bitzy said, "You're gonna have to do what works for you," I was like, "Oh, she going shoe shop."
Yeah, and I love that.
I honestly thought when Seema reached out to Carrie and she's like, my purse got stolen, blah 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 blah. I thought, because immediately I thought of Samantha. When Seema got her purse stolen, the whole thing, because didn't Samantha kind of have a purse issue?
It was a Birkin she was trying to get a Birkin. That was like her gift to herself. It was like to buy a Birkin because she was the only one on the show that could really afford it.
Right. But interesting that Seema did the same thing. Wasn't her purse a gift to herself as well? Or
yes, it was years ago. Yes, so there definitely was that connection. But can I tell you what was so ridiculous about that purse being stolen? The fact that she found it under a bush. Girl, how unreal. Ain't nobody in New York. A Birkin bag is not gonna be sitting there for long.
Untouched.
Girl, it's too many people. Somebody saw him throw it under the bushes. In that part and where she lives, maybe there's, you know, an uptick on crime, people grabbing purses, but I can tell you what there's not a slowdown on, and that is people cleaning those areas.
Right.
Some handyman or something could have, girl, I would have seen that Birkin bag. I would have seen it walking down the street because you walk down and you're looking for. How would somebody miss that? That's so unrealistic in New York City.
Yeah, they could have did that better. I don't know how, but that was I was like, in any city, really. I mean, even in Chicago, I see a dang old purse, a Birkin bag.
And for the guy who snatched it to not know at this point that a bag like that in that neighborhood could be of some value, you just gonna toss it and grab the wallet. Child, I would have taken that bag, put it on my wrist, and kept going. If I were him, like I would have kept the bag. Like, who tosses a bag?
Isn't it
and
like
who doesn't know what a Birkin bag is?
Isn't it $10,000?
No, girl, it's like $25,000. The one that she got, they're so expensive. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous, the cost of those bags.
Yeah, no, I know.
You get a little one, that's $10,000, but the one she had,
20 grand.
Yeah, easily. 25 or upwards. Easily. Yeah, you know, maybe on the resale. I mean, girl, those bags are very expensive. So that was just. Crazy.
But I did think that was when Samantha was going to come in, because
no, it's going to be the last episode.
Because I thought that maybe Samantha was going to have a connect, you know, to get her another bag, and you know that would have solved that.
Yeah.
But
no, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but the rumor is that she's going to pop in on the last episode. It'll be like season finale kind of thing.
Okay.
Cool. But I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard.
Well,
but, you know.
Oh, you know, you always ear to the street trying to find.
Can we talk about the moment I love and a waste opportunity? So with Naya and LTW coming together, like I love that. I love that little black girl magic moment.
Yeah.
But where's Toussaint?
And let's not start up with another cute ass man until we handle the other one. First of all, I thought the sound guy kind of looked like Michael Key.
Yes, I thought it was him. I was like, is that? Like, I had to do a double take. And I was like, it doesn't make sense for him to be in this role unless it's a bigger role, right? Right. So I was like, he did look so much like him. But girl, where is Toussaint? Exactly. Bring back Toussaint. Like, why are we playing around? Why are we wasting time? Let's get to it.
What if Toussaint is Nicole Ari Parker's brother or something?
Somebody said, girl, Toussaint is gone. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No. Get out of here with that.
No.
That was no way they would bring him on an episode and not revisit it.
Exactly.
My thing is, let's bring it back.
No, he's too big of an actor for a one-time
for a cameo.
Done. For what? No, hell no.
You're wrong about that. No. He's coming back. The sooner the better. It should have been this episode. Why are we messing around?
Why are we waiting?
Why are we doing? What we doing?
Unless we're doing a build-up, because Naya is dry down there, like the Sahara Desert.
Girl, the thing. What?
She has DOP, not WAP.
Clearly you could be doing the Sex and the City podcast. You would not have a problem talking about vagina like Carrie did.
We are grown. We are grown. If you don't know I got a vagina by now, something's wrong with you. Get right in your mind. Okay?
You should not be watching this. Carrie, if you're watching,
get your mind right. If you don't know I got a vagina and some tits,
stop saying vagina.
I can't help you. I can't.
No.
Nothing I can do. But
But
it is dry.
We
You have to admit.
okay, fine. Fine. We don't know that. Listen, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. We don't know what she's doing. She could be masturbating. She could be doing all kinds of things.
She says she ain't doing nothing.
That
she
don't mean
she's
that doesn't mean she's doing. She didn't. But that doesn't mean that she's not moisturizing or doing the things.
Girl, she says she's horny. She needs some touch of a man. I feel like there's going to be a buildup there because she was ready to go with Sound Dude. Right. But she was still a little like, well, I'm going through a divorce. I don't know how to process this. Process it in the sheets, ma'am.
Get going.
Yes.
Well, listen, they gave us a lot of sex on the first episode. I don't know why we didn't get there with this one. But my thing is, let's get back to Tucson. Why are we wasting time? That's what I'm saying. It may not be dry. It may just be unused. Just because you're not having sex doesn't mean that you're dealing with vaginal dryness. That's a whole separate situation.
I learned one thing from
Nikia, did you wait? Did you have therapy today?
No.
Okay, go on.
I learned one thing from my grandma.
At what point did your grandma tell you that? How old
if you don't
when she told you?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of things.
And is your grandma a GYN?
OBGYN?
Yes.
Maybe an old school one. I don't know. Does she have to be to know
this? Listen, to know it universally, yes. She has her experiences, but to know universally.
Well,
go ahead.
Here's what grandma told me, and then I repeated it to an OBGYN, and they said, well, she kind of right. She said,
right, but go on.
She said, if you don't use it, you lose it.
And ever since
it means which you said unused.
What do you mean you're gonna lose it? What is this? What is that the universal sign for?
Juice is flowing. Juice is flowing. Juice is flowing.
Girl, listen to me. Listen to me. So this is the sign for juice is flowing.
Juice is flowing. Right?
See, you all off topic. I can't even get back. We're talking about Naya. We're talking about Tucson. It looks
it's
like
on topic.
To go out with the sound guy. I hope that happens. I hope she has a little, like she's playing around. But bring back Tucson. I'm not waiting.
Bring them back.
I'm not.
And shout out to the YouTube community who watches our the recaps of our lives. But
thank you for your patience.
But they even said he is fine. Please bring him back. He's sexy. Like we got confirmation. I already knew. I mean, that is his whole like character in anything that he's in. Sex appeal. He's giving it to us just by looking at him. So let Naya rip him apart. You know?
Yes. I mean, listen, I want to see it. You know, I want to see more Black men on this show.
Yes.
And so, you know, I'm glad about the sound guy. I'm glad that they're putting Black women with Black men. And I want to see, you know, I want to see Gary come back. I want to see where that goes. They brought him on for a reason. Don't make us wait.
Right. Please don't. I mean, for what? But I honestly, I kind of do think it's build up. I think that he will resurrect. I don't know how it's going to happen, but he's too big of a person. Like
he's too big of a star.
Yeah.
No, she'll probably be out on a date with sound guy and bump into him.
You think so?
Ooh.
Yes. Or, and then she bumps into him and then the passion and juices are flowing.
You with the juices.
And she goes in the bathroom and maybe like starts like hot and heavy and comes back and tells sound guy, I gotta go home. I have an emergency.
Or maybe she's on a date with sound guy, bumps into Gary on her way to the bathroom. They go in the bathroom and it's on.
Yes.
Right.
That would even be hot. Like, why not? Right? juice it up. Yes, I love
That
it.
would be good. But I was happy to see the two Black women come together. And I hope that there's more of that with the writers, where we get to experience that, you know, how when two Black women come together, you know, it's such a special thing. And I hope that they do, like, I hope that the two of them get a chance to bond more. And really we see moments where they are together and doing things on their own,
Right.
going to lunch, having more adventures beyond what we saw in this. Like, I hope they give that particular friendship an opportunity to blossom.
So that wasn't, and correct me if I'm wrong, I just want to make sure, that wasn't LTW and Naya's first time meeting.
No, it wasn't their first time meeting. It
Okay.
was their first time doing something separate from the girls.
Okay.
Right? Because I think they met back when LTW had that painting thing. Yeah, I think that's when they first met. Okay. Back in season 1. Right. So we see this relationship evolving, but I think it's a great opportunity to see like some Black girl magic moments. Like, I would love to see, separate from all the girls, just the two of them, Naya coming to her house for dinner, you know, or like, I want to see that separate from everybody else. Yeah. Like, I want to have that moment. We deserved it after all these years of being fans. We deserve some Black girl magic.
Please. I mean, and I don't feel like we should have to beg. I mean,
no, we don't.
You know,
no.
but
it's deserved.
It's deserved. Why not? I mean, and
why
I
not?
love that, you know, Naya has like, you know, as I told you, more of a street style than LTW. Yeah. Maybe even see them shopping together or do
that's what I love.
Fashion.
I love that as Black women, they are so diverse, right? Mm-hmm. They're two very different Black women, but both brilliant, and both doing their thing in their own lanes. You know, why not come together and be friends? Right? I would love to, because they could both learn from each other and lend to each other's lives in interesting ways. Like, I would love to see Naya take LTW shopping and have her, like, you know, step up her street style or get into street style LTW. Like, wouldn't you love that? Yes. And then vice versa.
And vice versa.
Just for fun. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and here's the weird thing. Don't take this too weird, but for some reason you remind me of Naya. I don't know why.
Really? Yeah. Oh my God. I love her. Well, you know what? When I had my braids, the woman who does her braids also did my braids.
Oh, so wow. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. Something about you guys' essence and just, you know.
Oh, I love that. I love that actress so much. And, you know, she was on, I've interviewed her before. She's just so sweet and so grounded and down to earth. Yeah. So thank you for that. I love her, and I love her on this show. I love everything. I love her in everything. Like, because, you know, she's on the morning show.
Yes.
On Apple.
I love that show, girl. Oh my God.
I love it so much.
I'm waiting for the new season to drop, which it's coming soon. And then they got picked up for season 4. I hope they don't do my girl though, Nicole, wrong this season, because they did Gugu, or that's her name, right? Gugu.
The girl that ended up.
Yeah.
Yes. Ended up. Yes.
I think
that was unfortunate.
They did that character wrong. Like, what the hell?
I know.
I hated that.
I know.
And so, but it was very if you've ever been in a newsroom, Jackie has, I have, it's very on point with all of the drama.
There's a lot of accuracy. They have great consultants on that show with everything.
Very good.
It's really well done. Even though it's written for entertainment, it's really, really well done of what that experience is like in the newsroom. Particularly for the weatherman being passed over and all, like, girl, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
So can we
talk about our girl Charlotte? I'm still like, yeah.
Right.
I mean, the whole MILF thing was interesting, because anything with LTW I'm loving. And I love my girl Charlotte, but I need better writing for her. Like, I need something. I don't know what it is. It looks like she's about to go back to work in an art gallery or something. And I'm like, yes, with that. I need something. I don't want, as we have said, we love that marriage. We don't want that marriage busted up. Don't mess with her marriage. Leave it alone. Like, but come on, give us something with her.
Yeah, it's too kitty bop or whatever. I mean, I understand she has kids and young kids and, or, you know, in high school, but just was like, what is the point? Like, what are they trying to showcase with her character? Yeah, let's not bust up her marriage, but can we figure something out? What, like, out, even if it's work, but like even something else. I mean, let's say she goes back to the gallery and she doesn't like it, or she realizes Lily and Rock need her. I mean, like, what more? It's starting to feel like there is no substance to Charlotte, and like made her character very boring. And I don't like that for her.
I don't like it either. She deserves more as one of the originals. What I would like to see is her go back to work and deal with something like maybe a younger person in there competing with her, and her having to like deal with that and step up her game and really prove herself, or some kind of workplace drama for her within that museum setting. Like, I would like to see something like that for her. You know,
I even thought it might be interesting, and not in a sense of like bringing this person back to bust up her marriage, but just even like showcasing Trey in an episode, and some like at an art gallery or something like that.
That would be something.
Would be so interesting.
That would be good. Yeah, just to bump into each other, right? And that, you know what would be good with that? Like trying to decide if you can be friends with exes when you're in a happy marriage relationship, right?
Right.
Like maybe he invites her to lunch, they want to talk, he wants to talk to her about something, and then maybe they have a good time, he doesn't want anything, but there's just, you know, maybe there's closure, even though they had that, you know what I mean? There's just something where they both evolved as people, and there's room for friendship. Maybe he's happily married, and maybe he wants his new wife and her husband to get together. Like, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, see, you see how we get writers. We're here.
I mean, come on, we're here.
Like, I even thought, well, as you were talking, let's find out what happened to that crusty mama of his. Did she croak or what? Yeah.
She
you know, like, because she was a mess. Was she not?
Oh,
like,
she was a mess, but yeah, she's
but
gone.
Like, even that, and wasn't there a moment of Trey? No. Yes. Wasn't he kissing one of her, Charlotte's boyfriends or husbands? She found him kissing the gardener or something.
The gardener? No, it wasn't Trey, because Trey was masturbating to magazines. Remember, she caught him in the bathroom doing that? Yes. Even though he wasn't able to have sex with her, he was, you know, in the bathroom, and, you know, and so she was upset about that. And that was the beginning of the end for them, because she had been trying to get pregnant and all those things. But wait, let me say this while it's on my mind. Speaking of bringing exes back, you know who I would love to see come back? Who? Blair Underwood.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I would love to see him come back in some kind of way.
Yes.
Oh, my
yes.
God.
No. Ooh.
Right.
Okay. Yes. Because she ended up leaving Blair for Steve.
To go back to Steve.
What? Girl, yes. That would rock.
That and they don't have to get together. I don't need for them to get together, but I'd love for her to have a conversation with him about where she is and her sexuality, and all. Like, I'd love to see him in some kind of way just come back into the picture. You know, it'd be interesting if he came back and dated Naya.
Girl.
Somebody just said it too. Reed said he can be one of Naya's new lovers.
Yes.
Bump into Miranda.
Girl, after she has her fling with Gary first, then
yes, I can wait on Gary if Blair comes back first, and we can get back to Gary. But yes, because I want Gary to stick around for more than like three episodes. I want him to.
Yeah, no, yes, that would be great, because remember Blair, he was a little salty, even though he tried to play it off when Miranda, you know, decided to go back with Steve. Yeah. So to see how she's still a blumbering mess, or just, you know, he would be like, oh, really? Yeah, see,
Yeah.
you cheated on me, you cheated on your husband, you ain't no
You're
good.
a mess.
You
just out here in these streets being a mess still. You know, he's like 20 years later and you still messy.
I'm glad I ain't mess with you, girl.
Right.
Because what was he a lawyer? No, he wasn't a lawyer. He was a like a doctor.
Oh, no. I can't remember if he was a medical doctor, but something with the New York Nets. Yeah, with sports. I thought he was a doctor with them. Yeah, he was a doctor and the doctor for the team.
Okay, so maybe Naya goes to a game, sees his fine ass doing his due in the VIP something section. I don't know, but girl, that's a story.
That's a story.
Do you have any context for these HBO writers? Because baby, we got ideas.
We need to figure it out for sure.
We got ideas.
No,
but yeah,
we do. That Blair Underwood, doctor for the Knicks. Okay,
yes,
yeah, read on it.
Doctor for the Knicks.
Yes, a doctor for the Knicks.
And he could be a doctor. You know, you said OBGYN and all of that. He's some kind of doctor, girl. He can fix and cure her.
I'm not with you. I am not with you right now. Going. You know what? I'm surprised that they went there with that whole MILF situation in the school with all those mothers like drooling after that student that, you know, supposedly hot looking, like he's a boy. What are we doing?
This is not looking good. This is not the time. Read the damn room right now. There's been a lot of that. And like, we don't even want to give that there's some pedophilia going on. Like, they don't do that, please.
No.
Because they kind of gross me out. I'm like, y'all do know this is a young boy that you're thirsting after.
Right.
Got your mouth wide open.
Because isn't it a middle school? I mean, like, how old is this kid?
That's what I thought. It was like maybe freshman. I don't know. I got the gist that they were still either in high school or, like you said, middle school, but definitely not old enough for you to be thinking nasty thoughts.
I mean, come on. No.
And they should have never, the writers or creators or whatever should have never made him like have this sex appeal to an adult, or even like insinuate like, oh, well, he looks beefy and he looks older. Like, that's not what we're gonna do.
It ain't cute, because if the script were flipped and it was a daughter of someone, a girl at the school, and all these fathers looking at her, we'd be up in arms, right? We would have started this moment talking about that, because we would have been like, that is crazy inappropriate. Inappropriate. So it was like, I wasn't crazy about that. And leave LTW out of that stuff. We don't want that for Nicole Ari Parker. Don't have her up in that mess. Don't put her in another scene. Don't put her in that scene.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all.
I don't know where y'all going with this, but dead it like immediately for me. So
yeah, you said the writers may catch a lot of grief for that. I agree. I thought it was inappropriate. It just wasn't. Some things are just not funny. Some things you don't play around with. I think that is one. You know?
And no, I agree.
I mean, the whole MILF list, everything. I felt like it was a dead end. It was just like they could have come up with something else at the time.
No, for sure. Can I though mention, I forgot to mention this when we were talking about Seema's purse. Like at the end, very cute how they, you know, ended the scene with Carrie and Seema all like kind of, you know, getting together with these guys and having dinner. But ma'am, if you don't clutch that purse, it's so
you don't fit. Like, why are you? I would leave all my Birkin bags in
the house.
I would definitely not be at just a gin pop restaurant sitting on a bench with my Birkin bag that I just got back. Like, come on, girl, what are you doing? I felt the same way. I was like, really? Did she learn nothing from this? Is she really attached to this bag?
Right.
Are we really just gonna sit it down there for anybody to grab again? Like, she wouldn't even see it this time. Somebody come up right behind her and grab it and keep going.
Exactly. I thought, all the hoopla we just did in this whole episode about this damn bag,
Right.
and you all loose hands with it and had it sitting next to you, girl, I would have been clutching so tight on that damn purse, it would have changed into my skin color. I would have been wearing me, okay, right, on my arm. Because there is no way on God's green earth that I already got something stolen, and then it's just open air in like you were on one of those, like, not balcony but patio type of restaurants where the next person sitting next to you or could just reach, and like your person
made no sense. Somebody was asking again what we're talking about. Lala Brown says she needs a crossbody. Yes, she does. But we are talking about the sequel to Sex and the City and Just Like That. And, you know, we started about an hour ago, and so we're winding down. We're just talking about our favorite moments from episode 3. But yes, I agree. I thought it's so funny. I thought the same thing. Yeah. I was so distracted by that after all we went through in this Birkin bag. And now you just like sitting in, like, why?
Really, a girl, she was giving me like PTSD and anxiety, and I'm with the last person that said, I don't mess around when I'm in the city crossbody all day, you know?
Right, in New York City of all places. Like in her neighborhood, if it's gonna get snatched, what's gonna happen when you're in this crowded restaurant sitting on a bench? You know what I mean? Outside. What does she think is gonna happen? One of those guys from Australia probably gonna go home with that bag while his friend is distracting her, girl, with compliments and drinks. That could be just a play to grab that bag, because everybody knows what a Birkin is.
Do you know when I told you, I was like, I got I literally have PTSD looking at this last scene. I'm like, no, don't get with them. They about to steal your bag again. And because the way she just was like, girl, this the bag, and just sitting it next to you, like it's like a kid. Girl, if you don't,
girl, like it was a plastic grocery bag.
Girl, I would have had that thing in between my legs, on my knee, holding it with the handle.
Come on.
I'm
surprised she didn't set it on the floor. I'm surprised she didn't put it on the ground.
She might have
not even
well had. At that point, like what is that doing?
The lack of respect.
And then you're
the lack of respect
this way,
right?
You know, you're engaging this way. No, I would have it propped right in there.
Girl, it would be around my neck. It would be around my neck. I would be like, can somebody? Is there a way? Can I get another drink? It would have been right here around my neck. There's no way.
I thought I was the only one. I'm like, this scene is giving me anxiety. Like, in no way, shape, or form, if a woman just got her purse stolen in New York, there's no way, shape, or form that she's like that loosey-goosey with it after finding it, no less.
I mean,
like, come on now.
You better. It's just unrealistic. It's unrealistic. The fact that she even has the bag, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And she found it under a bush. I mean, what are the chances? Come on. I can't. But okay, wait. Before we run out of time,
right,
I definitely want to kind of talk a little bit about, is there anything else in the show that you want to talk about? I definitely wanted to leave a little bit of time for us to talk about some other things that we're watching, because I know you started watching Virgin River. I'm curious what you think about it.
Yeah, I am liking it. This is so my speed.
I knew it. It would be.
Yes, I am into, like, I'm liking it. I'm liking the character build. I'm liking the story and where it's going, and learning about, you know, each person's life and you know, some back history. I'm still trying to figure out, and don't you tell me, but I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with the girl that has the bakery truck. Yeah. Something happened. I don't know if she has a abusive ex. I'm feeling like there's some type of abuse there. She's hiding who she is, and girl, keep it in, zip it, keep it closed. Don't you start with me. Don't. I'm just kidding. And I think that it's going good. Keep it quiet though. Keep it quiet. But yeah,
can't wait.
It's going good. So I've been watching it, and you know, as I have some time to, you know, get into a couple of episodes, I've been getting into it, and I'm like, oh, I got 4 seasons, so
Yes, and then they have a new season coming out in the fall. So you're right on time. You'll be able to zip, zip, zip through the seasons. It's so good. Wait, can I tell you what I just watched 2 nights ago?
What?
Girl, Hijack with Idris Elba on Apple.
You did? I have it on my list to watch.
Listen,
is it good?
To me, this is everything. It is so good. If you like that kind of Liam Neeson kind of, you know, I'm gonna, but it's even better than that, because it's just more complicated. Like, you see things happening there, but you see other stories. So it really, whereas with Liam Neeson, it's just like, I watch everything Liam Neeson is in, because I just
they're
love,
the same. They're the same movie.
it's the same thing, but I watch them all.
I know you. It's addictive. It's addictive.
He has a certain set of skills, and I'm here for
Yeah.
it. No, but with this, it's just really well written. Idris, you know, he's a great actor. You know, it's so well done. There are only 2 episodes up, and when I tell you, I was waiting on it to click on episode 3. And girl, you know, on Apple, you gotta wait. But they did give us 2 episodes, and it's so good, but you gotta watch it. But it is so good.
You know, I will say this. One thing, Apple TV has some really good content.
They do.
Really, really good content. Like, there's several shows that I watch on there, and I continue to go back. You know, when they release something new, I'm always interested and very intrigued. Loot is really good. It's on there. Silo, I've been watching that, really good. Platonic, really good.
Platonic, I absolutely love.
I love that show. Surface, if you've seen that, it has Google in it. Oh, girl, get into it.
What's it about?
Girl, get into it. It is so, I'm not, you know me, I'm not going to tell you. You need to just.
It doesn't ruin it for me.
Okay. It's about this woman that, like, girl, it's so good. Okay, so basically, she has this husband. She's trying to figure out, she like had this boating accident, and she wakes up and she doesn't really know who she is. Like, she doesn't know about her past life. She doesn't, and she has this rich husband. She don't know if he tried to kill her or girl, when I tell you, it is so good. Please watch Surface. And it has, I think her name's Gugu, right? Am I saying her name wrong?
No, it's I can't think of her last name, but I know who you're talking about. The girl that was on, yeah. Oh, I haven't seen this. Surface,
girl. When I tell you, it's so
good. About vampires and shit. No, that's somebody else. That's
no, it has nothing to do with vampires. It's one of those, like, it's kind of like Truth Be Told, but in a different way. Like, girl, please get into it. Okay. We flew through it.
Really?
Girl, it's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
Because my sister was like, oh, I want to watch it. You know, my sister's 19. And so we started watching it here together. And then I gave her access to my Apple TV. And then she was like, I finished it already. She had finished it in like a couple of days. It was that.
It's called Surface?
Yes, girl. It's so good.
It's 1 season?
I think it's 1 season right now. I don't think that they came out with the second season yet. So we're waiting on the second season because the ending, girl, juicy.
What happened?
Girl, I'm not telling you. You know me. I'm not
telling you. Surface. I will check it out. I will definitely get into that.
I'm gonna quiz you, because just like you quizzed me, you got what, a week. Get into at least episode 1, because baby, when I tell you the drama is dramaing.
Okay, I will definitely check it out, because now, you know, girl, I'm always looking for something. Yeah. You know, if I can't, and sometimes I have to be in a mood to watch something. Lately, I have been watching The West Wing, because it's also on Max. And so I've been just doing a deep dive on that, and it's been lovely to revisit it. I love that show so much.
I've been going through it. I watched, I started watching I'm a Virgo, which I am. It's really, I like Bootsy. I think his name is Boots Riley or something like that. Very good. Kind of like has an essence of like a Spike Lee type of director, black male. He also did what was that movie? Oh girl, I can't think of the title of it. It had Keith Lakeith Stanfield in it.
Oh yeah, I love him and everything.
Oh, he's so sexy to me too. I don't know, but I heard he's dirty. He doesn't wash well.
What?
I heard he doesn't wash.
Who did you hear this from? Are we just gonna put that out in the streets? Like, come on.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
I did hear he not like he.
Like from who?
Like, you know how sometimes like celebrities go on and they ask the celebrity questions. The same thing of Ashton Kutcher and his wife telling the whole world that they don't
But they
wash
said
up.
that. They like said that, and it's just on a life of his own. But is that like
He said
come
some
on.
things that some people were, and I'm like, I don't know about that. It's called Sorry to Bother You. That's a good movie.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that yet, but I'm familiar with it. But yes, we don't take that back on the key.
I take it back, but he's fine. He is fine.
And he is an incredible actor. The Photograph,
yes,
with Issa Rae, it is one. Oh, I love the two of them together in that movie, and I love him in everything. He's such a chameleon, right? He can show up and do anything. So talented,
amazing actor, amazing. Yeah. I mean, I was just watching him in Atlanta. And it's so funny because he, acts a little like slow in there. And then I was watching, Sorry to Bother You, and that was really good. And then Get Out. I mean, he just he brings it each and every time. I love his acting. I think he's so talented, and I love to see him in things. But this show, I Am Virgo's on Prime, and it's I love how they are putting the parallels between being a black male and then like having some type of abnormality, and how they're just like meshing that together. It's really well written and well done. And it's talking about like having a revolution and capitalism and all the isms, and it's a really good, well written show in my opinion. Yeah, so
I've seen some advertisements for it, but I haven't checked it out yet, but I definitely will add that to the list.
Please, Surface and I Am a Virgo. So
you hijack. Keep watching Virgin River.
And Virgin River.
Yep, have hijack at the top of the list. Start with that.
Yes, ma'am.
That's your TV tonight.
Yes, ma'am. I say less. I will get into it tonight. Say less. Say less.
Absolutely. All right, you guys, let's wrap it up. Nikia, this was great. It's always so much fun, and we'll both, post this. I'll post it on my Instagram as well. And Nikia, I think you post on your YouTube channel.
I do.
Okay, so you can find, if you joined late, you can see the entire episode, and we will be back next Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central.
Yes.
To recap episode 4 of And Just Like That, because Steve is going to be in it.
Yes, a great conversation as always. And I want to give a big shout out and thank you to the YouTube community. They keep our videos popping over there. So, they were so excited to have us back doing these lives. So I appreciate them and their kind words. I just want to give a verbal shout out.
Yes, we love that. Thank you for all the love, you guys. And thank you guys who joined us here today, for being here, for your comments. And we will see you next time.
Yay! Bye.
Bye.